friends, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 50. I'm of course your VIP, with me and joined by these amazing players, by the people chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, one and all. Bienvenidos. Whew, it's been a long, very long day. We just of course wrapped up with my assist of the game. It was a 10-hour cast and I was not in a good place. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sleep before the cast, so I was up basically 24 hours. I was up 24 hours, and as a result, I will say that I mean most of it was good, but there was definitely moments there where my casting was lackluster, where I was like passing out or just having a hard time really keeping focus. So I do apologize for that. I do apologize. Again, I was not really expecting it to be that long of a broadcast. I was expecting it to be like around 6 hours, but it went up to 10. And again, like I was unable to get any sleep beforehand either. So I do apologize. But regardless, we still have more StarCraft ahead of us. We have, of course, the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup is a regular weekly tournament on Tuesdays. But of course, we have been unable to cover this event for the past couple of weeks, and we do have replays. We have replays to cover here and now. And typically, we are live at this hour with Sparkling Tuna Cup. But Tuna Cup has been moved to Tuesday this week. Why is that? Well, this week is the monthly finals for September for Sparkling Tuna Cup, and it does include players that are traveling from Paris, from France. Like there are players that are Hero specifically. Hero, he went to Paris, of course. He went to France to compete, to play in my assist of the game, and he is currently mid-flight. He is unable to compete. Once he returns to Korea, which should be tomorrow, well, then the day after, he should be good to play and compete in the Tuna Cup. So that's why we did accommodate, did move the Tuna Cup over to Tuesday instead. That should allow the players to have plenty of time to get back home, to rest up, and then to get ready for some more matches, some more StarCraft. So that is why this evening broadcast was available, and we're able to catch up with some replays of the PiGosaur Cup. Let's go. Now, I don't have too many, I'll be honest. I only have one semifinals match and then the grand finals thereafter, so I don't really have many matches available here tonight. So it should be a bit of a shorter broadcast, which I'm more than happy to embrace, just because, again, yesterday's cast was so long. And we also have some viewer replay casts. Some viewer replays to cover as well. I guess the PiGosaur Cup was not played on the PTR. No, it was not played on the PTR. Also, I should emphasize that for the Tuna Cup, that's also not going to be on the PTR. But if the maps are made available, then we will be covering. Then we will be hosting that event on the TLMC 21 maps. Which I don't think have been uploaded yet, unfortunately. But once the TLMC 21 maps... Oh, no, they're good. Oh, let's go. Alright, hold on. Okay, so we have confirmation. So the TLMC 21 maps have been uploaded to the arcade, which means we will be hosting our tournaments here on moving forward on the TLMC 21 maps. So there you go. So that should be Tuna Cup over on Tuesdays. We have that at least. In regards to the PTR, we won't be hosting the Tuna Cup on the PTR just because it's the monthly finals, and it's kind of weird to build up to the monthly finals and have that on the PTR. But the weeklies thereafter will be on the PTR, just as a heads up, as what's going to be going on. Otherwise, we have our first series, we have our first matchup. Here we go. Should we send a guest up? Yeah, I just checked. I checked, I think it was yesterday, and they weren't up yet, unfortunately, so I was a little bit, I wasn't too certain of it, but yes, they are now available, so we are going to be using that moving forward when it comes to our Tuna Cups, and probably rotating a couple of maps in and out whenever we can. That is the plan. That's the S to AVEX, man. But for now, though, we're going to be jumping into our first series of the broadcast. Going to be jumping into MaxPax versus a Creator in a PvP. That have been trading, that have been going back and forth. Again, PvP is a lot more in flux in recent times and recent meta. Of course, thanks to the NG overcharge, a lot has changed in PvP, especially involving this player here. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself from South Korea. It is a Creator. I was just in Kanto about it because people were asking me to do some aesthetic touch-ups. I needed the QA cards. Oh, there you go. It might be 3. Yes, get some sleep. You're an animal, Bob. You're an animal. But bienvenidos to all those that are now tuning in, and of course we're jumping into our PvP. Now again, if you have not been watching MaxPax over the past 4 months, MaxPax, he has been changing his PvP quite a bit. In the past, he was known for doing one thing and one thing only. Gate into Cybercore, into Stargate, into an expansion, but that has been changing in recent months, or that did just straight up change in recent months, just because of the meta shifting. MaxPax, his best matchup, he had the best PvP in the world for many years, but that quickly fell by the wayside. It became his worst matchup as he was struggling to keep up with the meta, and now he has embraced something else. I say that's gonna have to eat my words here as we're waiting for the gateway. So Gate Cyber setup here, 2 Gate opener out of Creator, and MaxPax, he's going back and reverting to that faster Cybercore. So this is a really greedy start here out of MaxPax. Creator, he's gonna attempt to punish. Going for what? Going for the proxy. Pylon has been thrown down, Cybercore is almost done. This should be a proxy rover, this should be a 1 base all-in to punish MaxPax. Again, I haven't seen MaxPax go for this build and go for this opener in quite some time. I'm a little bit surprised. Maybe he's overconfident doing it here against Creator. I mean, there are still ways to defend here, but this is going to be a weaker defense than we're used to seeing in years past. As Creator is setting up, ooh, not going for the robo, going for the gateway. Okay, going for a 3-gate opener here is going to be hyper aggressive, not the way that we had assumed, not with Immortals, not with the Prism. Zeld first, we do have Zeld first here out of MaxPax. Getting the Stargate up in the main base. From here, he should be making Void Rays. Typically, he does go Oracle first and then into Void Rays. The Oracle should be to scout across the map, to scout and to figure out what's going on, to harass and to force supply to be stuck at home. As MaxPax did probe scout, he is aware that the pylon is missing. Despite that, he is expanding. And you can see the Zeld is looking, right? He's searching for the pylon, he's searching for the proxy. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Trying to figure out how dedicated this is. So he does fan out. We'll see if he does go for the Oracle first, or the Void Ray. He finds it! Yeah, it does find the gateway. Stalker's being chronoed. We're rallying across the map. A Mass Stalker here out of Creator. The Oracle's going to be on the way. As we mentioned, the Oracle is designed to get across the map to force some Warpins back at home instead. To slow down this push. This Creator is poking in. Oh. Does poke in. Getting on top of the Zealots. Zealot's going to be tanking, and does tank well. Does tank well. The Zealot does get picked off though. The Oracle can actually go for the dive on that Stalker. I tempted. Was definitely tempted. And now we're to 5 Stalkers. We have 2 more reinforcing. Creator, he's aware of the Oracle. And there's the NG overcharge again, keeping that Adept alive. Oracle does hit the main. Shield battery is ready. We should be going for the stasis. Ooh, does activate the pulsar beam. Shield battery goes down, and Creator, he's going up the ramp. Ooh, he will lose 1 Stalker. Yeah, Void Ray has arrived. Down goes 1. Shield battery finished up just in time. And we gotta respect the Void Ray. Ooh, losing almost another Stalker. Casito. Casito, baby, as the Oracle goes hand. That's going to be 10 probes going down. That is critical damage, and what you see is what you get. I mean, Creator, he was already all in, but the Oracle gets 11 probe kills across the map. Creator, he did not leave Stalkers at home to defend. And now it's all or nothing. Does get the pylon. There's no backup pylon. Shield batteries are going down. Oh. But now we're up to 2 Void Rays. Here up to 2. Shield batteries depowered. There's a sentry and a force field. Speaking of, ooh, does catch 2 Stalkers. Not bad. 2 Stalkers getting caught out. And both of them should go down. That's high HP Stalkers as well. But Creator, he still has how many? 11 Stalkers. Ooh, another force field. Yeah, brutal force fields. Void Rays are hanging on. Taking a lot of damage actually, but they'll take down another 2 Stalkers. Yeah, another pair full. And no more force field. Yeah, there's no more force field. The Creator is forcing his way up the ramp. It was not the cleanest all in. He's forcing his way in. Oh, the boys are doing a great job here just tying this up. Void Ray goes down to 1. Down to 1 Void Ray. There's the energy overcharge or the prismatic alignment. Oh, can he kill the Void Ray? He cannot. Oh, barely goes down. Barely does fall. And Creator, he takes on every single probe in the main. There's 1 Stalker left. Getting very close, very clutch. The final Stalker should be hunted down. And Creator's done it. Creator, he has done it. There's 1 Stalker left with the shield battery. There's the energy overcharge. Oh, Creator, he has to be careful. Yes, he's so careful here. Does pull back, does pull away. Wasting more energy. MaxPax down to 3 probes. And GG. GG gets called. Creator, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Hi. GG, well played. Creator, he takes the lead in the series. Again, I was very surprised to see MaxPax revert back to going for a gate into Cybercore. Despite that, still almost did work, as he was able to deal crippling damage with the Oracle. I was very impressed. If it wasn't for that Oracle, that game would have been much more one-sided. So the Oracle did stifle any reinforcements, did delay the all-in, and did weaken Creator quite heavily. But despite that, Creator, he was still able to control the low ground, able to take down the shield batteries, able to zone away the Void Rays, and take over the game. GG. GG, well played. With that, Creator takes the lead in the series, and now we're getting to game number 2. What happened to the Oracle after killing those 11 probes? It was still alive. It was still alive, but there were now defensive Stalkers back at home. So the Oracle kept trying to go back in, pulling out, and wasn't really... It was at least tying up supply, but it wasn't killing much else. Like, it was still across the map. We panned over for a second, where it was still across the map, and there were Stalkers that were, like, zoning it away. But here we go, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss, leading the series 1-0. It is a Creator. As we are going to be settling in. And we're expecting we're expecting MaxPax to calm down and go for a 2-gate opener, but we'll keep an eye on our blue Protoss player. There we go, 2-gate opener. So this now goes into what we were saying at the very start of the series. Like, it was kind of nullified in the previous game, just because we saw that MaxPax did revert back to gate Cybercore. But this is a 2-gate opener, and this is for the most part what MaxPax has been going for the past 3 to 4 months. He has stopped going for gate Cybercore. He has had very minimal success going gate Cyber Stargate. So now back to 2-gate openers, just like everyone else. Meanwhile, Creator going for a fake proxy. I assume fake proxy just because it's so far away. We'll see if we commit into something greater here. Into a proxy Stargate, for example, then into an Oracle across the map. We'll see if he does stick around or if he does abandon the pylon. And the answer is he will abandon. So again, fake pylon. Fake proxy out of our red Protoss player. MaxPax with his probe scout, he's aware that the pylon is missing, right? He knows. He knows the pylon is not where it should be. Nowhere to be found in the main. And it's on MaxPax to determine whether it's real or not. Again, thankfully, he already went for a 2-gate opener, so he's safe regardless. Yep, Creator confirms, 2 gateways. Stargate as well, nicely done here. So MaxPax, he does not flinch. If he had gone for a robo, that's just a very safe way to set up and to shut this down and to hard counter a proxy. But MaxPax, he will take a risk, go for a Stargate instead to harass across the map. Ooh, as the probe does fall. But this is why the changes that are going to be made to the Oracle is so important when it comes to the PTR, as these Stargate openers have been very prevalent here and very, I want to say, abusive. I mean, we'll get into it, but Oracles with NG Overcharge and PvP are crazy. So now the pylon is going to go down. Creator, he has the faster expansion, and MaxPax not too far behind. MaxPax here attempts to get into the main. Doesn't get eyes on too much. Here come the Oracles, again to harass across the map. And Oracles, they can gain so much value in this matchup if you can retain them, if they can survive the early game and get into the mid game. 2-3 Oracles can heavily swing fights in your favor. Let's go. First Oracle's moving out, second Oracle's on the way. Ooh, as the Stalkers poke in, they recall back home, they'll recall just in time to defend. And remember, even if the Oracle doesn't deal damage, like, it's still gaining a lot of value here by keeping Creator busy. And we're making use of those station traps. Oh, assuming we keep it alive. Oh no! Oh, the Oracle taking a lot of hits. Here comes the interception. One more volley, and the Oracle does go down. Ay, ay, ay. A disastrous start from MaxPax. We were hyping up the Oracle here, talking about how much value we can get over the course of the game, but MaxPax will throw away his first Oracle. First one goes down. There is still one left, but a really rough start here for MaxPax. Ay, ay, ay. As I was moving out, Creator, because he didn't go for a Stargate, he already has Blink on the way. Blink is in production. MaxPax sets up a bait, sets up a stasis. And can he lure Creator in? Creator, he's on hold position. Okay, okay. Very disappointed. Oh no! Jeez. As he notices. Yeah, he does notice. Whew, keen eyes there at the Creator. Tussle back. Oracle towards the mineral line. Going for the stasis. And Creator, he does notice. Does pull away. Behind this, MaxPax going for DTs. MaxPax sees no. Ooh. Does decide to cancel. Ah, Robo. Yeah, Robo's almost done. MaxPax, he did go into the main base. He scattered the timing of the Robo, saw that it was already on the way. Does cancel. It is not uncommon in PvP to delay your Robo until you get a third base, until after you get a third. So MaxPax was hoping the Creator would be cutting some corners. Just like MaxPax is, as he's cutting corners. Oh no! Station Trap is going to connect, catching out 4 probes, not bad. And MaxPax is taking his third base. Again, third base before the Robo, which is what he was hoping that Creator would also be doing. Creator goes for a dive, gets 1, gets 2 Stalkers. Remember, Creator has Blink, MaxPax does not. Not yet. Blink is still on the way. And the Creator, he should be able to force a cancel. Or even just take the fight. Yep, just zoning away the army. Kills the pylon. And does force that cancellation. So Creator just all over MaxPax, denies the third base, denies the Dark Shrine, shuts down the Oracle. And Creator, he enjoys a faster third. His third base is almost done. Third base is almost done. Creator, he's ahead in almost every aspect here. Forge as well for +1. Ooh, Creator pushing into a concave, has to be careful. Creator, he has to calm down. MaxPax now has Blink, he's caught up. And Creator just has to play it slow. Just play it slow. Hey, you're already up a base, you're up in expansion, up in economy. Just calm down, Pappy, calm down. Wait for +2 to kick in, sorry, +1 to kick in. There's no rush. There it is, +1 is on the way. MaxPax still working on his Forge. So there's going to be that window, there's going to be that timing where Creator has +1 over his opponent. As we're calming down. From here, we're just calming things down, we're building back up. So double deck making it into the main. Toadep's taking one shot probes, getting 1, 2, 3. 3 probes going down. Very nice damage. Late reaction here out of Creator. And finally something going MaxPax's way. As MaxPax does take an economic lead. Okay. I mean, very necessary here for the blue Protoss. Likewise, I believe we've been missing Chrono Boost. Yeah, not been Chrono Boosting the upgrade. So we do see that MaxPax has been catching up. So it's catching up with +1. That lead the Creator had is not as large as it once was. MaxPax forcing his way in. Charge still not yet done. Creator, he should be able to hold on here. It does have the shield battery. Does have the energy overcharge. Does hold. Oh, let's be careful. Let's hold, does turn away. And we're staying on a low gas count. Only 3. Only 3 gases. Going Mass Zealots. Charge is finishing up. Backup Prism is on the way. And it's all or nothing for Creator. Creator, after losing all those probes, he's not rebuilding. Like, he's not replacing the workers. He's not taking another expansion. He's not taking gases. It's all or nothing. Creator, he's all in. We need charge lots. Flipping an 8 zealots at a time. Oh, baits at the stasis. Very nice. Yeah, Creator so far, every time he spotted those stasis traps. Still need those reinforcements as they peel off into the mineral line. He needs Zealots here for the main fight though. As he's up against so many more Stalkers. Yeah, Zealots now, they're trickling in. Stasis goes off, catching 4. Ooh, Max is getting punished. Also an awkward blink. Yo, we got 2 prisms. We got the 2 prisms. Let's go. We got the 2 prisms. We need Zealots though. We need the Warpins. Ooh, Zealot flank is coming in as well. Stasis runs out. As controller Creator, he pulls back those Zealots. That's still very close. Remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for MaxPax, and the Creator is running out of steam. Yeah, he's running out of steam. GG gets called, not enough charge loss, not enough support, and MaxPax, he will survive the all-in and tie up the series. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, Creator, it was all or nothing. He cut workers early on. He only took 3 gases in total. It was all or nothing. I do think that it was maybe the wrong move to peel off Zealots to go into the mineral line. If you remember, so when he pushed in between the bases into the natural, his first warband of Zealots he actually sent towards the 4th base. And he did kill probes. True, he killed probes, he denied mining. But what was important, especially when you're going for an all-in like this, isn't about dealing economic damage. It's not about killing bases. It's about killing the main army and just killing your opponents. So because of that, it was a little bit of wasted DPS. Yes, he's killing things. Yes, he's getting damage for it. He's getting value, but not really value that really matters, right? Not damage that matters. Just because MaxPax was able to retain a higher Stalker count as Zealots were being spent elsewhere. So I think that was maybe didn't really prioritize what mattered most when you're going for an all-in like that. And with that, a lot of Zealots were kind of, again, spending their time elsewhere. We saw that MaxPax, he blinked very well with his Stalkers, retaining them, of course, and in the end, did hold. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're tied up 1-1, and we're getting into game number 3. As a reminder, this is the best of 5. Best of 5, not a best of 3, so we have plenty more games ahead of us. As we're getting into game 3 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Skystorm Gaming, tying up the series 1-1. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself. It is Creator. We go. It's about sending a message. True. One of my favorite things about MaxPax stasis wards, it's a pity they're nerfing them. I would say that because of how the nerf is working, stasis traps and stasis wards are still going to be useful. It is a change that is specifically going to be targeting PvP. Specifically, the duration change I think is a good thing, just because it's kind of raises the skill floor on them, because you don't want to waste them. You don't want to just throw down stasis traps just to spend energy. Now it matters more how and when you throw them down, just because if you throw them down too soon, then they're going to expire, then it's going to be a waste of energy. So personally, I'm quite fond of it. As I mentioned, it just raises the skill floor on like how you use them and how you utilize them as well. Which I would not say is a negative thing. As from here, we're getting into our openers. Once again, 2-gate opener out of a Creator, 2-gate opener out of MaxPax. Again, Creator, he had such a strong start last game anyway, which, I mean, it makes sense why he went for an all-in, right? It's like just because he had taken a lead, but as we mentioned, thanks to the Adepts especially, like he did end up losing that lead and losing that advantage. We find ourselves in game 3. Players just being as annoying as possible. Once again, MaxPax does open up Stargate. This is to be expected. So 2-gate opener into a Stargate into an expansion. This is the new go-to nowadays for MaxPax. Is the go-to. The downside, of course, is that he's a little more predictable, and I'm sure Creator is aware. Again, I was very impressed by how he was able to handle himself in the last game when it came to the Oracle defense and dealing with all the stasis traps as well. But it's not easy to do so. Slip up one wrong moment and you will lose an entire mineral line to a stasis trap. Or you lose an army. As the Oracle is on the way. Way Creator, he did double down, getting a third and fourth Stalker, rallying in. Does rally. Behind this, Twilight Council is going to be on the way, getting into Blink. Very similar to last game, the Oracle dips into main base with their sentries to defend, and so far Creator hasn't sustained any damage yet. He's still reinforcing. Moving up with the depths. We'll see if MaxPax can keep up. Now, thankfully, this time MaxPax will keep both of his Oracles alive. Both alive. And that'll make it that much more difficult for Creator to keep up with the Oracle harass. Shade into the mineral line. Gets one, gets two. Two birds go down. Oracle deflected into the natural. Oracle doesn't go into the main. Link is being chronoed. Once again, a Robo on 2 bases before the third. Once again, safe play here by Creator. Oracles, they can one-shot. 2 probes going down. Same time, Stalkers, they poke in towards the natural. MaxPax pulling Creator apart. Does end up trading, but it's still a better trade. 1 for 2. Better trade for MaxPax. He has As the army's distracted, Devstate get into natural, and this is brutal here. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, Devstate get in, Creator's out of position, and this is quickly becoming game-ending damage. 10 probes. 10 probes this early on, you cannot afford to lose this. Not this many. Creator punished for chasing the Stalkers. 17 probes going down. And in a mirror matchup, I mean, you can't get away with this. Whether it's ZVZ, PvP, or TVT, I mean, some of the other matchups have more ways to have comeback potential. That is true. In this matchup, there are ways to recover with Adept Harass, with Blink Stalker aggression, with Zealot Warpins, or Prism Drop play, DTs. There are some ways to do so, but they're still fewer and farther between. Creator is all in. At this way, he's all in. What do we have? So Creator, he's got 12 Stalkers. He's up by 3. He's got a couple of force fields, but he's pushing into a shield battery. He's into 2 shield batteries. And shield batteries are ready. The voids are being pulled. At the same time, MaxPax will lose some more probes. And MaxPax, he should be fine here. The Stalkers of Creator are getting very low. Yeah, Stalkers are going down. Again, the shield batteries, they excel here, as they ensure that MaxPax barely lost anything. And GG gets called. GG gets called. MaxPax, he will take a lead in the series 2-1. And he's 1 game away. 1 game away from claiming the series. GG. Again, Creator, he initially was keeping up with the harassment, but he did get baited into following MaxPax, into following those Stalkers. That meant that he was exposed at the natural, and immediately, bam, Adepts came in, and the Oracles came in. The natural was exposed, and MaxPax took full advantage of that exposed natural base. Again, Creator just a little bit too overconfident when it came to chasing down those Stalkers, and was punished for it. Was punished. Now we're getting into game number 4. We'll see if we can go all the way to the ace match, or if it all ends here and now. As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Persephone, we have the blue Protoss play, the blue Protoss, the Danish Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 2-1. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make, or if he can force the ace match. It is a Creator. We go. See how Creator he will adjust. It's one of those things where MaxPax, he can be very active and very aggressive coming into the early to mid game, and it can be very difficult being the defending player, right? It is typically more difficult to defend than it is to be aggressive here, and that is also why players like Hero, players like Classic, players like Zauna, they often, whenever they play against MaxPax, they're often the aggressor themselves. Not necessarily always going for all-ins, but typically trying to dictate the pace of the game and dictate the flow of the game themselves instead, and take that away from MaxPax. Speaking of, the Creator going for the proxy. Highland is thrown down. Once again, 2-gate opener they're out of MaxPax. Like, remember, with these 2-gate openers, MaxPax, he will be much, much safer against these all-ins, against these proxies. This is why MaxPax stopped going for gates, gate into Cybercore. He's going for the gateway. Fun fact, the only game that MaxPax has lost so far in this series was the game that he went Gate Cybercore. To be fair, the game on Incorporeal, also Creator, he had a much stronger start. He chose to go for the all-in himself. Which I still could have seen going the other way. Robo out of MaxPax, very safe play here, going for the Robo. A Robo opener on one base like this is designed to hard counter a proxy, designed to hard counter one base all-ins. As it does give access to Immortal production, to the Warp Prism. And Creator, he's committing. Remember, this is the same build that we saw in Game 1. And remember, the reason why it worked so well in Game 1 is because MaxPax did decide to open up in a more greedy fashion. But that isn't happening here. Some moving out. Yeah, Creator, he gambled quite hard here. The gamba was real. Ah. We have a third gateway on the way here for MaxPax, so he's more than prepared. And Creator, expanding is the correct call. He has to expand. There's the Nexus. It's not an easy call to make, but I mean, he has to, as he cannot break his opponent. Perhaps they do turn the shade. So you get 1. 2. 2 pros go down. Let's get 2. Oof. As Creator going for that Prism. Prism does take a lot of hits. Can he get away? And behind this, MaxPax is reinforcing. He's got his own Immortal. He's turning this defense into a 1-base all in himself. And it's going to be a tough hold here for Creator. Alright, what do we have? We have 3 sentries. 3 sentries, a shield battery. Let's see if Creator can make a stand. MaxPax is moving in. Bearing in mind he can save his units if he does get force fielded. Blocking down sentries. Saves all 3. Saves 2. MaxPax actually pulls back. Nice juggling. Saves the sentries. That's the added value here with the Prism. He essentially has Blink himself. Solid kiting. Back. Shuts down the Gateway Army. Say that these Stalkers do take a lot of hits themselves. 1 Stalker does go down. Ooh, Creator losing so much more though. 8 probes falling. Oh, the Prism! Prism overextends. Yeah, bigger extension, but he will get on top of the Immortal. Does trade 1-to-1. And MaxPax has double the Stalker counts. MaxPax still trying to reinforce. Down to 4 Stalkers for Creator. Down to 4. And more Stalkers are coming. They are delayed. Is being rebuilt. MaxPax still moving in. Without the Immortal, I think Creator does hold though. He's got his Immortal. MaxPax is expanding, yet he recognizes he can no longer break Creator. Why is distracted? Adepts, they do make the way into the main. Ah, no. And two Adepts, they one-shot. They one-shot probes, getting 1, 2, 3 probe kills in the main. Oof, gets 4. And MaxPax pulls away. Pulls back, pulls away. As the dust settles, MaxPax does have the better economy. MaxPax making more probes. Raider in a rough position. Ah, not again. Yeah, losing another 2 workers. Every little bit counts. MaxPax, the pressure is on. Sorry, creator, I should say. He's got a sentry as an immortal. He can maybe get some damage. He has to be so careful though not to lose this. Oh no! Volley goes off. Oh my god. We'll take 2 volleys to the face. Does survive, just barely. MaxPax, he's hunting him down. He wants that prism. He wants that war prism. Get out of here, Pat. Get out of here. He does race back home. No! Thankfully, the observer here does spot the army. So Cranky pulls back. He was just about to go for an immortal drop. That would not have been the play. MVP observer. Babs taking it once again. Getting 1 and 2 more probes. Pulling out. And Creator's all in, going for Glaive Adepts. So he's going for an Immortal Glaive all in. This can hit hard if you have a solid economy, but Creator's still recovering economically. Okay, Immortal drop into the main base. MaxPax moving out across the map. Ooh, may lose his own War Prism. Okay. Oh my god, Prism goes down. Creator, he defends back at home. Again, going for his own drop. And Max actually just sends it. And the Immortals are not home to they're not home to defend. They're not at home. Creator is out of position. There's a recall back home. Recalls into the main. Boys being pulled. Creator, he's stuck in the main base. Now moving down. Has force field. Immortals are exposed. Nice juggling. Creator comes in for me. He comes in for the surround. Is it enough? Ah, the Prism falls. Down goes Prism. The Immortals as well. 19 pro kills. There's the recall back home. And Max actually got what he wanted. Didn't kill Creator, but did maim him. Horribly here. 19 probe kills. Glaive's about to finish. Getting to Glaives. Creator, he has to commit. MaxPax just now getting a shield battery. But he has 17 Stalkers. So many Stalkers to defend. Force fields, they lock down the sentries. Creator, he can't reinforce. Again, he barely has an economy. Warping in 1 Stalker at a time. Creator, he's broke. He has no money. Oof. Ah, not again. Prism gets turned away. Does finally go down. And again, plenty of Stalkers remaining here. GG gets called. MaxPax, he shuts down the aggression, shuts down the all-in. And MaxPax will take the series at 3-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations, MaxPax does claim the series. A very intense back and forth. I'm still thinking about the game on Incorporeal. Like, I can still see a world where Creator does take that game and does extend the series, of course, but, you know, he made his choice to go for that charge all in. Likewise, the following games were very impressive, of course, from MaxPax. Game 3 on Pylon, of course, was pretty clean. It was the cleanest game that we saw from MaxPax. Here, game 4, a little bit more back and forth between the two players, with Creator kind of baiting and forcing an all-in. He did defend, but he just took crippling damage in the end. He himself was forced into an all-in. GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax will claim the series, and we are going to be getting ready for the grand finals here. Again, unfortunately, I didn't really have many replays available for this event, so it's going to be a bit of a shorter broadcast. But up next, we do have Solar versus MaxPax in that finals. Let's go.